Hey folks, Weatherman Sam, man in the big green hat. I'm here at Wheeler National Wildlife Refuge at an interesting little spot that I haven't been to in a number of years now, called White Springs Dike. You have to forgive the road noise behind me. That's Highway 20 as it heads toward 565. But as you'll see, this area is kind of a wonderland for wildflowers this time of year and butterflies. In wintertime, it's a great spot to come and look at pelicans too. So go see what we can find today. Little garden spider just hanging out here on the web. There's an interesting little pattern that's built up that. I love seeing these things. When the water is up, there's a little channel that you can paddle out through there. And in the springtime, sometimes even all of this is flooded enough. Can you see all the little butterflies just kind of darting around through here? Lots and lots of tall goldenrod, and I don't know if this is a member of the Biden's family or a small type of sunflower that's in bloom all through here. This is a beautiful area. Tons of little cabbage butterflies and things wandering around. Hard to get a photo of them so far though. Beautiful stands of bottomland hardwood forest, a lot of which I've yet to explore. You can walk for miles and miles on these old gravel roads out here. It's such a variety of habitats and whatnot. Later in the fall, I'll come back and explore the small little bald cypress grove that's quite beautiful. Turned up down a little side road here, and there's almost an obvious path into this beautiful stand of hardwood forest. So I'm going to wander in here a little bit, watch my step. Never explored this little area before. I found this interesting old dead tree. Tons of little fungi growing on it. I'm not sure what kind they are. Lots of different colors and textures. Critter hole of some kind here. And it's active. I can see the digging. You can also see a little trail leading out through the woods. Almost looks like a wet area over here to the side. This is so open. I'm just gonna follow this little path and see where it leads. This definitely is a low area, and I can tell just from the how it gives a little bit. This usually is wet. It's been very dry here of late. Maybe a spot to revisit this winter when the rains return. There's lots of little areas like this out here. You can see them from aerial imagery. Lots of springs and whatnot. That's why it's called White Springs Dike. It's a spring out here called White Spring. I haven't never made it quite as far out to that spot yet. probably won't happen this adventure. But this little interior area is starting to get boxed in. A thicker brush. There's a gap right between the two. I'm going to thread the needle on. From looking at aerial imagery, I can tell there's a swampy area over to my right, a little piece. Maybe if I follow this long enough, I'll find a way to access that. See what's there. Check out these buttress roots. Gorgeous tall trees. I'm definitely now in the wetlands. It dries out just enough this time of year for little tufts of vegetation to come up and form. You can see the land, how it slopes off here just a little bit pool of deeper water. Forms a bit of a channel off that way. And the mosquitoes have gotten just a little bit thicker. Head back to the edge of the field and get back to the road now. There's nothing but greenbrier thickets through here. At least they're low. Follow the little game trail out, and I can see what's beyond here. Wait till this thing focuses. Check that out. Oh wow. Just a sea of yellow. That is beautiful. There's so many butterflies and dragonflies and damselflies and little grasshoppers, bees, and everything just in motion through here. Whether or not this camera can pick it up or not on video. If it can, I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Interesting little plant. This is called balloon vine, and they look like little balloons. Kind of reminds me of the Chinese lanterns. I had hoped there would be a little road to get back closer to the river. It seems that a lot of this is usually underwater through here. I think maybe at the edge of that thick area of bottomland hardwoods. Seems to be looping around the back side of it all. Follow this for a ways. That little stretch there would be interesting to see if there's time. Gonna have the transition area here. Back to forest to field. See where the cultivation stopped. This little road continues on that way. A little bit of game trail that leads down into this, and I can see kinda in the distance there's a water hole there. Interesting. I don't usually like walking through knee-high grass like this, but this marsh tick seed and the Virginia smartweed's colors, oh, I just love that. It's just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I was right here. We've come up on a little bit of a wet area here. All of this will have lots of water. I'll have to revisit this area. Here's a little inlet that was seeing from afar. All dry right through here. Can't quite see it for the... Ah, there we go. Sorry about that. This would be something that would... water control device. You can see the measure stick on the other side. Past all this ragweed maybe. And that little stream continues on out. Kind of back on the main route here at White Springs Dike. We're up to another split. You hang a right. There's some cool old buildings off in the woods and the cypress grove that I mentioned. I'll come back for later. Off to the left gives you that view of the open fields here, the lowlands. Better chance for wildflowers and butterflies and birds and whatnot. So that's the way I'm gonna go. Now we're on the Singing River in the mighty Tennessee. A little strip of land in the distance is Highway 31. You might can make out the bridge going over the main channel there. A little further on up is the wonderful spot to see pelicans and whatnot in the wintertime. There won't be any today, so we won't get that far. Way up in the distance there's a little bitty pond area. Some great white heron. Let's sloping along fishing a little bit. Thanks for coming along on this little adventure, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the sights and little sounds and exploring just a random little piece of forest and seeing all the wildflowers and butterflies about. Until next time, keep exploring and stay wild.